Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, we are a minimalist family who is living big with less, and today I have a much requested video for you, which is a minimalist kitchen tour. And I think I have been a little bit nervous about making this video because if you've been around for any length of time, you already know that I do not like to cook. So everything in my kitchen reflects that. So if you are interested in seeing what I keep and just curious as to what's in my cupboards, I'm going to show you every cupboard and we're going to go through all the nooks and crannies of exactly what's in my kitchen. So guys, as always, these videos are just to give you a glimpse as to what we do. And of course, if you love cooking, if you have a big family, your needs are going to be completely different to mine. My kids are also smaller, and so this is what works for us. But please take what you like and leave what you don't. This is purely and simply what's working for us right now, and of course that's constantly changing as our family changes. So let's get in and I'll show you all of the cupboards. First of all, I'll start here with, this is our kitchen bench. So at the moment, most of our meals, the kids sit on this side and I stand in the kitchen. I can talk to them and cook and clean while they chat to me, which is working really well. So this is our breakfast bar / kitchen counter. This is our pantry. It is really nothing Pinterest worthy. Because we go through so much food, it really changes all the time. So I just try and keep it as neat and tidy as I can. I keep the snacks that I don't want the kids to access all the time up here. Sort of food that is excess up the top that, you know, we're not eating out of yet. Stuff to make meals and cooking stuff. This is sort of breads and spreads and seasonings. And then down the bottom is breakfast stuff and a big pile of milk and potatoes and onions. And I do know you're not supposed to store your potatoes and your onions together, but honestly, we go through so many potatoes and so many onions, they do not have time to go bad. So that is our cupboard. Up here, this is what I like to refer to as my lunchbox cupboard, but it really just refers to anything that I take out with us. So I've got sort of bigger containers up the top for lots of cupcakes, or if we're taking a big bag of popcorn or chips, that's what those containers are for. And then spare lunch boxes. I do have some lunch boxes that are currently in the wash or in the dishwasher, but this is just like most of it. I also have these thermoses, which I use if the kids want to take anything hot, and some spare drink bottles. So this little cupboard has our exhaust fan in it, but I also use it to store our cleaning supplies. We still have a toddler, so this is just the safest place for them. So our dishwasher things and multi-purpose spray, matches, that sort of thing. This cupboard is where I keep everything to make coffee, because I plug my coffee machine in on this bench. So we have adult coffee mugs, kids coffee mugs, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, and it's also where I keep our bowls, and it would be where we keep our dining plates eventually. You'll notice in this tour that I don't actually have any glass or ceramic dining plates. That's because I did not like the ones that we had, and so I got rid of them months ago, and I just haven't replaced them. I will replace them eventually, but when we have guests, I usually purchase some biodegradable plates, paper plates that we use, because we usually have a crowd or we've got a lot of kids, so they use plastic plates anyway. So that's what I've been doing. But eventually I'll buy some more dining plates when I find some that I like. We also have glasses. I keep our medicine box up here with all of our medicine, so I just pull that down anytime we need anything. And on the very top shelf, I have a blade for my food processor, which is broken at the moment and I'm waiting on a replacement. some plastic champagne flutes that we use for the kids when they want a fancy dinner or something, and my Christmas mugs. They probably should be in the Christmas box, but you know, some days you might need a Christmas mug. Now down here is where I would say gets the most use, is where all of my appliances are. So we have a 4-toaster toaster. This is my percolator. It's called a Peekaboo. It's vintage. I don't know where you can get them anymore, but I love it, so please don't die. My Ninja, which is like my food processor, my blender, and you can also do like individual serves in it. So my husband has smoothies every day and he just uses these, so I keep all of the things for him to make smoothies and the lids and the little thingy for it in this little basket. This is my big blender for when I'm doing big things like big smoothies or soups. I also have a rice cooker and a slow cooker. Now I know some of you are going to say, Sarah, why don't you get an Instapot? Well, the reason is I kind of wanted one of these to die before I bought one, and secretly I'm a little bit scared of them. So between those two things, maybe once one of these dies, I'll get the courage up, but there's something about them that freaks me out. And our kettle also lives in here. So of course, during the day, some of these things live on the bench if I've got the slow cooker out. But at night, just for me personally, I like to put everything away. It's just how I am. I know it looks like nobody lives here, but it's what I like. I like to come out in the morning and see everything clear. So I just pop it down here when we're not using it. My husband and I usually have a coffee when we first wake up, and then probably not again till the afternoon. So after I do the breakfast dishes, I'll put everything away again. Okay, so this is probably the most used cupboard I have. It has our plastic plates, bowls, and cups. I also have a few like microwavable bowls and a microwavable container. If I'm doing like vegetables in the microwave or porridge, those sorts of things, I use those. This is my plastics box. I just use it in there. I do have a full set of 6 of these and 4 of these. These are my favorite containers. I think they're called take and toss, but I obviously don't toss them. And some of them are just used in either the fridge or in lunch boxes at the moment. My son, my toddler, he doesn't use this very often, but occasionally he wants some milk in here, so I keep it. And I do have a few of these segmented Tupperware containers and one in a similar size that's not segmented that I use for leftovers for my husband. And this is also what I use for leftovers. Now, I have been on a journey to try and limit the amount of plastic we have. So I have not been buying any new plastic for a long time, with the intent that I would buy glass dishes to store our leftovers in. So I've done really well at the not buying the plastic and getting rid of the plastic that is broken, but I have not done a good job of actually buying the glass containers. So one day I will have time to go and look in a shop and buy the glass containers, but until then we are surviving. We are eating our leftovers quite quickly, and so we're surviving. Down the bottom I have my big pot, which is what I use for like pasta and soup. I have a little pot with a steamer, a fry pan, and a colander, and that's pretty much, they get used all the time. So, but I find that I can manage with just that amount. I have a mixing bowl. I really like this one. It was made by Tupperware. I don't know if they still sell it, but it's so that the kids can put their hand through there. But I use it to give the kids popcorn. They make Play-Doh in it. We mix cupcakes. This is also a little bowl that I just use if the kids are going to eat outside. I have talked about this a million times, but I love it. I love it. I love a segmented tray. I use it when people come over for like nibbles. If kids are coming for a play date, I'll put fruit and crackers in it. We use it for taco night. We use it for make your own pizza night. If I can find a use for this thing, I will. I just love it. I think it's just such a versatile thing. It's got a lid if we're taking it somewhere. So good. And then just a plastic platter. It's red, and so it's a little bit Christmassy, but I think it's still fine. And I just use that if I've got like a cake or something. In the back, I also have a big thermos, which we use if we're taking coffee somewhere. I just make the coffee with our milk before we go, and it stays warm and it's really good. I think it's by Arco still, but we've had it for a long time. So the last thing I keep in here is this little water cooler. I really like it, particularly in the summer. I fill it up with icy cold water when we're going out, and it has this little spout that we can pour drinks from. So I just leave that in the back, but I don't use it unless we're going out. So that is everything on this side of the kitchen, and now I'll show you the sink and what I keep under my sink and all that jazz. So this kitchen has a really nifty little microwave hole. So I actually just got this microwave. It's an LG. I really like it because it only has a few buttons, which is just very minimal for me. But I had to get a new microwave because it's so low. I needed one that had a lock on it so that my toddler can't like cook things in there. And then underneath here, I just keep some baking, like a loaf pan, and some Christmas tree muffin tins and normal muffin tins, and a cooling rack. And I also just have a few tablecloths that we usually only use when we have guests, and some heat packs. So they're just there for the microwave, and that's it. Like I said, I don't really like cooking. I don't really like baking. If that's your jam, please, you should own all of the baking things. I do have my mother and my mother-in-law and my best friend who all have plenty of kitchen things. If I ever needed to borrow one, they would be happy to lend it to me. So this is our big kitchen bench. It doesn't always look this clear. In fact, at the end of the night is probably the only time it is this clear, but I do like to reset it every day. So under our kitchen sink, I just keep a small box for our recycling, and that's it. I know, it's boring, but I have a toddler, so anything low to the ground needs to be indestructible. Dishwasher. This is our utensils drawer, obviously, all the things. And I keep all of the knives we have in there as well because I don't like anything on the bench. Now this is my utensil drawer. We've got like two, what are these called? Tongs, a potato masher, a couple of serving spoons, a whisk, a pasta thingamajigger, a flipper. I know you're all amazed by my wonderful use of cooking knowledge when I'm naming all these things to you. I really like this set of measuring spoons. They were like $1 at Target. They are my favorite. They cook into each other. You can see it, and it's all the cups that you could need, as well as teaspoons and tablespoons. So there you go. A ice cream scoop, which I use to make muffins mostly. Two little like stirring things and a whatever that is, cake thingy. I've got a lot of scissors. Now the reason I have a lot of scissors is because I have, God bless me, with 3 girls who love to craft. So I keep all the scissors here and then they take them away and I have to find them again. So that's why there's a lot of scissors. I also use these wooden pegs for like putting on open packets. I know, I'm such the organized extraordinaire, but we go through stuff so fast, it just doesn't even make sense most of the time for me to put it into a different container. I just put a peg on it and then it's usually gone by the end of the day or the next day. So that's why I do that. A peeler, a bottle opener, some tape, and then these things are just for cleaning like the bottom of your vacuum. So like to cut off any hair or get any hair off for both our Dyson and the robot. So there you go. That's everything in my utensil drawer. This drawer has garbage bags. As you can see, the toddler has been into the tin foil and baking paper. That's it. Oh, and plastic spoons, because I don't trust my kids to return the spoons back home after they take them to school. So sometimes they do, and I wash them and keep using them. And then if they don't, if they forget or throw them in the bin, well, it's okay. This bottom drawer has our tea towels. This is like a drying mat that I use sometimes if I've like had a lot of pots and pans that I'm hand washing. And then these are just microfiber cloths that I use for wiping. I go through like 100,000 of those a day. So I am just constantly washing because for some reason I feel the need to replace my cloth after every time. Also, this is new to my new house. I just bought this bin and I love it because it opens like that and then it shuts on its own. Oh, it's from Amazon. I'll link it below if you want one. Sometimes it like opens like even when I walk past, but it's a really good bin. I love it. I love the size. It's good for kids. It keeps the smells away. There you go. And then this is my fridge. And I'm super excited because if you've been following me, you've probably heard me say that I'm a water snob, which is one thing, but then I created an army of water snobs because I've constantly given them cold water. So this fridge has a water dispenser so they can get their own drinks of water, which makes me so happy. And then because we are renting, we didn't want to get a one that you had to plumb in. Oh, talking to me. I didn't want to get one that you had to plumb into the water, so this one I just fill up. So I just filter the water and then fill it up every night. And then this is my fridge. It's not that full right now. And on this side is my freezer, just in case you're wondering. It's more full because we went to Costco. It's basically fake, like a veggie alternative of like meat and frozen vegetables and frozen fruit. That's pretty much it. And some leftovers up the top and some bread. So there you go. It's a little fridge tour for you. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this tour of seeing what I keep in my kitchen. I'd love to hear what you keep in your kitchen. Let me know down in the comments below. I'm always curious about what other people keep in their kitchens or their bedrooms or their bathrooms. So hope it was fun for you to check out mine. I wish you could all come and sit at my breakfast bar and have a coffee or a tea with me. But for now, this is the best we can do. So if you are new here, we would love to have you subscribe and like and comment on all of our videos. We absolutely love hearing from you. Here are some videos we think you might like, and I will catch all of you in the next one.